Okay, as it gets colder in your house, so you're going to hear my heater because my furnace went out, so I got a space heater going. But as it gets colder in your house, bees will definitely cluster, and you can see these clustering. And the only reason I'm showing you this is I'm sure you've seen the back of your own apiary or bee home, so this is not a big surprise to you. But the reason I'm showing it to you is because some people out there have just a basic wooden apiary. I've used it, haven't really had any issues. I always pop my toilet paper roll in there like you see in the back, and there are some that hang there. But I did notice that when I put this small section, and it is a very small section that's screwed in of fake honeycomb, that they do seem to like to go there. So I'm going to invite those people who have ordered a tiny apiary and maybe want that to go ahead and private message me or write on Etsy. I might just pop a little thing up there. I'm certainly not going to charge that much for a piece of this, small piece of this honeycomb, because it's not necessary. You'd have to pay shipping though. Maybe 50 cents in shipping, so it's pretty cheap. But I wanted to show you, see they're right up there. And I've got this thing open because they all went back in there. So it's not like I'm taking risks here of them all flying out for people that might be concerned. But I did all my sinks. See how they're all hanging there in the back? Then down on the ground. I'm sorry, usually this one that's passed away, or either that or it's not feeling the best right now. But there's my bottom feeding system, and I like it the best. And then this is my other feeding system. So I'm showing this because people are having trouble sometimes with, with just doing this. And so this is a piece of toilet paper roll that I cut lengthwise. So I just cut the toilet paper roll basically along its height. And then after I did that, I cut little V's on either side of that so that they could kind of climb up it if they needed to. Like, see, if it's this way, they can climb up there a little easier. And then I did what Amber said, which is to wet a piece of toilet paper down with honey in the center. Not wet it down, I'm sorry. To put a small dab of honey or a large dab of honey inside a piece of toilet paper and fold it over, and then I pop that onto my little toilet paper roll. And they really like that. Once in a while, I'll even take my finger and just put some water in there, and it kind of makes them eat a little bit better. So I've found ways to help bees that I think we all need to get creative with our feeding techniques. Barry is working on a bottom feeding system. Sorry if you don't know who Barry is, that's my husband, and he makes a tiny apiary. And he's working on bottom feeding system that would be attached, I'm just using this as an example, but sort of right here on the side to this hole, but it'd probably be on the other side, or maybe we might bag this hole. And so basically it'd be like, I can't remember the name of it, but it's this kind of plastic PVC piping, and it would have some way of closing it, and then you could put honey in there, and that honey would go down onto a sponge type thing, and so that's a lot easier access. But he is working on that. We've been inundated and hit with a lot of catastrophe lately in our lives. I'm not trying to bitch about it, but it's the fact that when your furnace goes out and your car goes out and your mom gets sewage in her house, that is not a happy new year. So as far as orders for people that are ordering, it's 3 to 5 days, sorry, not business days generally, from the time they make an order. He's really good about working at stuff, but we need quality stuff going out to clients. The last thing you want to get is something that's been thrown together in the mail without caution, and my husband's really careful about that. We also use priority shipping, so that means you will get a tracking number, and it will get you in about 2 to 3 days by priority mail. And that is not the case for all suppliers. So anyway, that's it. I just wanted to show you that. Say goodbye to the bees. In fact, look, see guys, people are always worried, oh, I should take all my bees out of there. See, look, I still have bees inside here. I capped it off so that I could open this up. And just feed right on the top with some honey water or sugar water. You do not need to use honey at this time of year. You can use some basic sugar. Don't use organic, it's not a good idea. And mix about a baby teaspoon of that in with 2 ounces of water. And you pop that in the bottom of the cap, get yourself some fish filter, cut it to the size of the cap, put it in there, push your finger down on that. It will act like a straw, and then they take their tiny little proboscis and they eat. just like these girls are doing right here, right now. Anyway, I'm glad they cooperated for this video, and I'd say good night and good luck, but that belongs to Edward or Murrow, and plus, it is broad daylight. Goodbye.